What's poppin', y'all? Oh man, they got that man out of Atlanta going crazy, and that is none other than Rollo Famgoon, the head of Pakistan. And we're not talking about the country; we're talking about the nation state or the city state within Atlanta. But he gets on a call, and he's a guy that's had a relationship previously with Young Thug and really been involved in Atlanta, both in the streets and trying to do music for quite a while. And he called into academics, and he's been going back and forth. I did a video on it previously with all the details. He's been going back and forth with Young Thug because Young Thug tried to ostracize him from the streets or whatever after these allegations came out on his paperwork, which he, like I said, that's out of my pay grade, that level of, oh, did he tell or did he not? Because they said he said he lied to the feds, and people are saying, like, no, he didn't lie, and he actually told on a real crime. So we're not going to get into that, but he does go in on Young Thug. So I'm going to play you guys this clip first, and then we're going to get into it, because there are some important details that made me look at Young Thug a little bit different after this.
I'm just giving you emphasis from beginning to the end. All he ever did was do lame shit. The whole mother shit is about this nigga doing lame shit. Then he turned on motherfucking Rich Homie, tried to turn the whole world against Rich Homie, and then at the same time, before death, he told us out his own mouth that it was one of the darkest times of his life. Then he turned around and took the whole motherfucking world against Wildfire and Lucci. Whole world. Everybody go against Lucci. Everybody go against, what's that now? Yeah, he tried to turn everybody against Lucci. Now, all these three things is 100%. Everybody can go back and look at this. This ain't from Rollo. Then he turned around, he was beefing with Future, calling my phone, fuck Future, calling Future, like going back and forth on the motherfucking. Boom. Then he turned around, he see Gunna surpassing everything in the industry. Now he called to the street, turn everybody in the world against motherfucking Gunna and say, oh, whatever Wham say go against, he turned Wham against Gunna. He turned everybody against everybody. Then Lil Baby, we go to the motherfucking dentist. I'm getting my teeth. Then Lil Baby walking me home. He happy to see me. He old thug, bitch ass. He pull another evil slant. Oh, let me call it. All this did everything that done happened in Atlanta. Everybody going against each other. Why? Because his bitch had been doing nothing but whole around the wall. He thought he was Pablo Escobar. He sitting there like he John got or something. Nigga, you a street. He ain't did nothing in these streets. He ain't put in no work. Woulda put in all the work. Like none of it. You ain't do nothing on your case. So what I'm saying is, all this doing is a bitch, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I feel like you're kind of summing up a lot of stuff here, but you said that he's turning people against each other. Like, let's say Lil Baby got his own mind. He's his own boss, I would imagine, right? How could Thug turn him against you or him against?
First of all, if you did that, why in the is you so against all rats, nigga? You talk Kid Cudi, you going super rat crazy. Yeah, you don't want any motherfucker. Okay, let's just say, Thug, you did make a mistake until. Why the ain't saying, goddamn, Gunna made a mistake? So basically saying, you can make a mistake and do some line, but Gunna can't make a mistake and do some line. Oh, just like you said, it ain't about you telling, it's about who told. Like, come on, man, like, this ain't cool. Like, what he doing is 100% wrong. So what I'm saying, like, yeah, if your girl with you, or your with you, and you tell her that, hey, Shawty snitched on me, and I ain't got now snitch allegation on me, you gonna be like, that nigga ain't right. So I'm gonna cut him out. So when and everybody in the city turn their back on everybody. For what? For some dick. But yet, you throwing rocks hanging your hand because you don't want to hear him dead 10 times worse than every nigga out here.
So here, one good point that he makes is he's like, yo, this guy's turning everybody against everyone else. Now, if we think about it, just circling back, I was like, hold on. Young Thug has been beefing for quite a while. Like, he was cool with Rich Homie Quan, and then they split up, and people made it seem like, and I thought this too, that it was Rich Homie Quan that tried to distance himself and was calling like Young Thug zesty or whatever. Like, he didn't want to be associated with that gay image that Young Thug had. And after they split up, Rich Homie Quan was bigger. He was bigger. He had that song Flex, Ooh Ooh Ooh. That song was a hit. And Young Thug was unable to catch a hit. He was selling like 16K first week back in 2015. Like, project after project, he was selling like 16K, 13K, 11K. Like, it was not hitting. Now, the tapes were good. He still had like the music, and he still had that cult-like fan base. But when it came to like commercial success, Rich Homie Quan was far more successful for at least a year after they were together. So everybody thought it was like a Rich Homie Quan situation. He wanted to distance himself, but we would come to find out that it was a situation of Rich Homie Quan's loyalty to this guy, Donovan P. Nutt, who helped bring him into the game, and that guy had beef with YSL. And He never spoke on this. Rich Homie Quan never spoke on this. He never publicly dissed Young Thug. He never dissed him on the track. Nothing like that. And he never even really mentioned this situation. So he took everything on the chin, eventually passing away, sadly, getting blackballed for many years because of Young Thug. So that's what happened between Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug. Then you've got Young Thug hating on Lil Wayne. Even in that interrogation video, he tells them, like, yo, I wanted to be just like Lil Wayne. I knew every Lil Wayne bar. I wanted to be Lil Wayne himself. And you can hear that, especially in the I Came From Nothing mixtapes. You can really hear the Lil Wayne influence on Young Thug. But he gets into it with Lil Wayne via Birdman. And then he gets Lil Wayne's tour bus shot up by Pee Wee Roscoe. And that's not me telling. I just made an honest mistake. In case Young Thug says I was telling. I just made an honest mistake. So there was that. Then there's the beef with YFN Lucci, but their crews were kind of already beefing. Then you've got Gunna more recently, but in that time span, you've got people like The Game. Young Thug went at The Game. Young Thug had a little back and forth with Metro Boomin, as well as what's his name, The Future, because I think that when he said slow down, dropping all that BS music. It was talking about music releases. And he got into the back and forth with Metro Boomin. He gets into the back and forth with Future. They start dissing each other. And then eventually they patch it up behind the scenes and they get back cool. Young Thug also made some comments on T.I. He also got into it with Travis Scott, but that was more behind the scenes. And I'm willing to say that Young Thug was a lot more justified in that realm. So this is like beef after beef after beef that Young Thug is getting into. And I'm like, yo, this guy must just be a hater who he cannot accept if he's not only the center of attention, which is something that Ye also deals with, but he wants people to behave in a manner that serves him. So he's like, yo, I think he got into a little back and forth with Sauce Walka too. So this is a ton of rappers that don't really got anything to do with Young Thug or haven't done him wrong. Then we get into the Gunna situation. Of course, I'm not going to say Young Thug's not justified in that. He's justified in feeling whatever way he wants to feel about Gunna, but then trying to blackball him. And this is the thing. People will say, like, yo, Academic says, like, how could he blackball Lil Baby? I'm going to play you guys that clip. That's the second clip from Rollo.
Yeah, so you're the only person from Atlanta. I mean, I guess Mondo has said something, but you're the only person from Atlanta that has really kind of said something.
Cause these bitch ass scared. These scared. I'm still nigga. I get my own money. I do my own thing. I ain't got damn industry politics. I don't give a about streams. I don't give about selling the album. I don't give about none of that. So like these be scared. These trying to save face. What he want to do? And what I said it. And I said it in the face. And I spit in that face and Roscoe face. And he know about it.
Okay.
And they know I pull up and get what? FYI, I don't pull up on half all these. So, and I ain't that talking tough. They know I pull up.
So how could he blackball Lil Baby? Well, Lil Baby and Gunna are clearly very grateful that Young Thug put them in position to succeed. He really helped these guys. That OOK song really, it set forth some motion that we've never really seen before in Atlanta. Like 3 stars come on the same song. Well, 2 that would become stars and they would continue to have massive success. So Lil Baby's clearly got some loyalty to Young Thug, and then he stops messing with Gunna because Young Thug tells him to. The same way that Lil Baby brings out YFN Lucci, who was shooting back and forth with Young Thug because YFN Lucci didn't tell. Like, these plays are set up by Thug. And Rollo, I do think he's a valuable source for this because he was in the streets. It's objective. We've seen what he's done. And he doesn't need the music industry politics. Like, for instance, 21 Savage, there were a bunch of posts going out saying he unfollowed Young Thug, as in like, oh, nah, he was telling. That's not the case. So if you guys remember, he was never following Young Thug, and then he starts following him because all of these pages were saying that he wasn't following him or he unfollowed him, which is crazy because they do rock with Young Thug. And this is the problem, man, is it's the picking and choosing. That's the biggest problem. It will always be the problem, and it always has been the problem. Because when the Gunna situation first happened, I believe they did an interview. It was 21 Savage, Meezy, his manager, and Academics, and they did an interview on Off the Record, and Academics asked him, he's like, yo, this guy telling, what are y'all gonna do? And they pretty much said, oh no, we gotta sit back and wait to see what Thug says. But that's not what they said, but that's what I heard. That's what came through my ears. They didn't want to make any judgments. They didn't want to say they don't mess with Thug. They didn't want to say they don't mess with Gunna, etc. Well, come to find out, Thug pretty much tells everybody, stop messing with Gunna. Those guys stop messing with Gunna, but they're still messing with Thug. So it's not about telling or not. Like, you can see 21 Savage is still messing with Young Thug. And what Young Thug said is significantly worse than anything that Gunna said. No matter what way you want to cut it. But it's because Young Thug's got a lot of respect within the industry of Atlanta and the music too. And I think, am I tripping, or did Young Thug have a little spat with T.I. too? Like, there's some hate in this guy's heart. And it's crazy that he's got Atlanta running like this, because isn't he not even allowed in Atlanta unless he's doing some, like, school drive or fair or something like that? Like, turkey drive, is that what it is? Because Rollo, he doesn't need to succeed in the music industry. So he's been adjacent to the music industry for a long time. He knows everybody involved, but he doesn't need continued success, which all of these other people, let's say a 21 Savage, for instance, I'm just throwing him in there because he got brought up. But all these other people that are silent right now and avoided working with Gunna, including Lil Baby, who's also silent right now, not that they need Thug, but they need the allies that Thug has. Think about it like Lil Durk and Chicago, or Lil Durk and drill music. Like, if you were GD, you were kind of blocked out of the music industry. We had people like, what was his name? Damn, he made the song Twirlana, 22Gs, right? You had FBG Duck. All of these other, and a couple of others that were talented rappers. It's not that they didn't succeed because they weren't good. It's because they got a hold of the industry, GDs first, and a hold of the industry means the producers, the rappers that they work with. They are not going to work with the ops of somebody that's really successful. In this case, Lil Durk. So they're like, yeah, we mess with your music, but we can't mess with you because you've got beef with this gang. Or like your ops with Durk. And that's the situation that I see with Young Thug in Atlanta. It's not because a Young Thug feature is doing anything for anybody. Like, we saw him on that song with Lil Baby that went nowhere fast. And we see Gunna without features going crazy. So it's still like great music is going to win if you're able to drop consistent great music like Gunna has been. But other than that, that's why I think, because some people will say, like, really, Young Thug got power like that? I think it's the producers and the rappers that are loyal to Young Thug that are more of a risk to, like, kind of step away from him. And Offset, he did do his own thing and made a song with Gunna, but I don't know how other people feel about that. And I don't think Offset needs that because he's so beyond that, yeah. And even Weezy, I think he stopped working with Gunna because of this situation. I don't know about Turbo, though. I didn't check production credits recently. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one.